Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory has been with us all morning, keeping us updated.
And we got some major updates here. Let me show you first the dramatic difference in location. This down in Bloomington in Monroe County, where temperatures have been above freezing at the surface. Notice the roof of the buildings where the snow is not sticking but melting on contact, but it's a heavy wet snow there. But then look at this. That's the city center, just trying to look at the Palladium in Hamilton County, where visibility for the last 4 hours has been a quarter mile or less. Fortunately, so far, not much in the way of wind. Just updated 5 inches of snow for Indianapolis, an additional 4 inches still possible across Marion County. Kyle will have more on that in a second. Let me say this about power outages. So I think the weight of these tree branches, because of the heavy wet snow, some of these are breaking before the winds pick up. Once the wind starts to pick up, that will add additional stress and I think create more tree branches that will be breaking. So that will be a battle that will go on tonight into tomorrow. Here's some other snowfall amounts. They're certainly not totals. We're not done yet. Brownsburg almost 7 inches. Zionsville 5 inches. Castleton 4.7. We had one report of 9 inches in Thorntown. As far as Indianapolis right now, 31 degrees, wind out of the northeast, a light wind. The winds after 5 o'clock will begin to gust over 20 miles per hour. Here's some of your snowfall intensities. We're familiar with quarter-mile visibility or less, working on our 4th hour and 9th straight hour of snow in the metro area. Here are your visibilities across central Indiana, a quarter of a mile or less. So let's go out and we can see for ourselves the heavy wet snow. Kyle, do you have your umbrella still in the backyard?
Yes, Kevin, I do. All this heavy water in the snow. Certainly need an umbrella. I want to step out of the way, show you here, if you can see those, the trees in the RTV6 backyard. They're starting to turn into giant cotton balls, and as you mentioned, they are going to start to weigh down with that weight of the snow and cause us some problems a little bit later on. But I've got our snow stick here. We're about 4 inches in the RTV6 backyard. Again, Kevin just told us we have 5 inches officially at the National Weather Service. Let's go ahead and take you to the maps, and here's what we're going to be looking at, and you can see where we have that rain-snow line, a little bit of that rain mixing in around Bloomington, but still some snowflakes in there. It's a steady snow basically along and north of I-70, and continuing to see some fairly decent snowfall rates. As far as additional snowfall as we go through about the next 4 to 5 hours, north of I-70, about 4 to 5 inches of additional snow, maybe a little bit more for Hartford City and Muncie. Of course, the snow started later for you, so it will take a little bit longer for it to get out of your neighborhood. We've got 3.8 there in Petersburg, about 4 additional inches possible in Lafayette. As we go to the south, you see those totals dropping off. Indianapolis, another 4 inches of snow possible. But then as you go toward Columbus, we're talking less than an inch. We have some very cold rain that's mixing in for you, and that's going to continue to be an issue. We'll see a little bit of snow as the system starts to pull away and the colder temperatures move on in. Speaking of the colder temperatures, they are on the move, and Champaign is down to 22 degrees right now. It's 30 in Lafayette. Indianapolis, we really haven't moved from that 31-degree reading. Winds, they're light right now. We'll certainly be seeing those pick up as we go through this evening and into the overnight. Here you can see those winds, though, generally about 5 miles per hour. You get to Lafayette, that's where we're going to first start to see that colder air move in, and your winds about 14, 15 miles per hour, nearing 30 in Champaign. So you combine so many factors, the heavy wet snow that we have coming down now, the increasing wind, that will lead to some power outages additionally later tonight, and it's going to bring in quite the wind chill. A wind chill, as the mayor was talking about, we've been talking about, that we haven't seen for a couple of decades. 19 degrees is the wind chill in Lafayette. It feels like 26 in Muncie and Indianapolis. So if the kids are wanting to get out in the snow, it's not going to get any warmer right now. This is pretty much what you have to deal with. 34 is our wind chill there in Bloomington. Here are those winds as they start to crank up tonight, around 30 miles per hour. We could have occasional gusts near 40 miles per hour as we go through the overnight, and we'll stay with winds around 20 to 25 miles per hour right on through the day on Monday. Here's your 7-day planning forecast, and not only with the wind, but the actual air temperature will be bitterly cold, only 11 below zero for a high on Monday as we start to dry things out and shovel it off. as well. And we are seeing there the look, I believe, is that, caramel? Yeah, you can't really even see it because the snow is coming down. The big flakes are coming down, and quite a few of them. So that's reducing the visibility. As we take you into and around DePaul University, a couple of cars out there on the roadways. But you know what I also notice here in the backyard? It's very quiet. You don't hear any traffic moving along Meridian Street out in front of the building. So we're going to continue, of course, to track it from the backyard. Right now, let's send it back into the studio.